Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. Hey, Vicky, how are you? Hope all is well in your corner of the world. All is well here. It's sunny, and we're gonna make some art. So, hello, what could be wrong? Not a darn thing, that's for sure. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. If you are a Thanksgiving celebrator, if not, I hope you just had a tremendous Thursday. Good morning, Lisa. How are you today? So good, I hope. Everybody, make sure you have some nice water to drink. Good morning, Carol. Hi, Chris. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh my gosh, we had such a great day yesterday. It was very chill. It was kind of just a lovely Thanksgiving, you know. We woke up and cleaned the house a little bit, and then I watched the parade, and Jeff started watching football, so I kind of went back and forth between parade and football all day, and it was just lovely. We had dinner about 2. How about you? Are you a early in the day eater, middle of the day, or later in the afternoon? We always eat right around 2. I think that just kind of works out best for us. I don't know. And we used to have people that had to go to multiple places, you know. That's always so hard, isn't it? I feel so bad for people who have to go to all those different places. I just want to relax and enjoy my day. Anyway. So, hey, Nanette and Melinda. You know, so I presume if you're with me, you are not a Black Friday shopper. Or that you are a Black Friday shopper who shopped super early this morning. Good morning, Melissa Jones. How are you? We used to do that when the kids were little, but now, no, not so much anymore. I mean, I do like to go to the mall at least once or twice during the Christmas season because it gets me all in the spirit, you know, all those beautiful decorations and the music is playing, and I even like a little bit of the hustle and bustle, but not with any, not on a day like today. I will. See, exactly, Vicky. I know. That's hard when they have to go to 2 different places. But, you know, everybody just makes the best out of it, right? Oh, Carol, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And so I hope it was all successful. Your surgery was all successful, and you're able to, you know, rest and relax now. If you are brand new here, if you would like, comment, and subscribe to Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs, I would greatly appreciate it. On Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And then for all things Ann and artsy, visit my website, AnnCorbiereScottDesigns.com. That's where the brand new art printable is available starting, I think I put it up at midnight last night. Oh, I love that, Nanette. I love that, like, you know, I mean, I always feel like when you're sharing someone, I mean, the nice thing about that is that your granddaughter has all those people that love her, right? And so it doesn't have to be that particular day. It can be any day that you deem Christmas or you deem Thanksgiving, right? It can be whatever you want it to be. So, let's talk about, so yesterday I had so many people download the Thanksgiving interactive printable. I love that. I got so many pictures and videos and text messages and messages on Instagram and Facebook, and oh my gosh, it just filled my heart. So here's mine. I do have, so I only did the Macy's Parade and then Arlo Guthrie's Alice's Restaurant. I painted my turkey, but then, the day gets, busy. But I did make myself lots of notes, so I'll be filling that in today. And then, I got so many pictures of an entire family sitting at the table doing it. I love it so much. I love it, love it, love it. So all these people will remember Thanksgiving 2022 in a whole new way. I love that. And so I do it again at Super Bowl time. I will do another printable that we can do together. And I've been thinking that I will send an email, a special email with a little something special in it to everybody who, to everybody who downloaded the art printable. So I'm anxious to see your response to that. Good morning, Sherry. So I will be filling mine in, and who knows what else I'll do to mine. And then I'll put it in my art journal. I love that because then there's just a page that, commemorates a day. Anyway, so let's talk about the new art printable. So the new art printable is called Sweet Christmas Wishes. Every year I draw a new poinsettia. And this one I wanted to do really kind of folky, kind of with a Mexican vibe. And so this is what I came up with. And then I was thinking, you know what? I would love a big candy cane. Good morning, Debbie. A big candy cane, because a big candy cane, it's so iconically Christmas, right? So, but I thought I drew it big enough to be a slimline, right? Or you could paint it and cut it out and hang it on your tree, because we always hung candy canes on our Christmas tree growing up. And so I still hang candy canes on my Christmas tree. And, fun fact, candy canes are one of my favorite candies. Or I thought, wouldn't it be cool if it was kind of we could do like a banner with them or something. I just thought that might be fun. And then every year I love vintage ornaments. And so every year I try to draw a fun vintage ornament. And this year I was just really feeling like I wanted something that would be really fun to color. And so you can make it whatever theme you want by the colors that you choose. So that's what I was thinking about here. And then I had so many Christmas sentiments I wanted to use, and I couldn't choose, so I just typed them all up. I wanted them all. And then I drew this little poinsettia because I thought we could use in all kinds of different ways. We could use it as an additional piece to a card for this, or if you print it on copy paper, you could adhere it to your envelope, right? You could make it like a seal to the back of your envelope. You could do it in the upper left-hand corner of your envelope and then do your address beside it. So many possibilities. Anyway, so here's what we're going to do today. I created this card yesterday. I did the poinsettia, and I knew I wanted it really artsy and funky, and I had received the new Tim Holtz lumberjack plaid, the whole bundle. And so I was like, I want to do something with that, something kind of fun and funky, and you know. So here we go. So I'm going to cut the poinsettia off. And here's what I'm thinking. This would be a cool, you know what I was also thinking? This would be a cool banner too. Like just all poinsettias, right? How pretty would that be? Okay, so I got out my Distress ink in Lumberjack Plaid and my Oxide in Lumberjack Plaid. And then I also did, look at this. Do you see these splats? I also did embossing powder, the embossing powder in Lumberjack Plaid. So here's what I did. So I just did the smush technique, right? Look at how juicy that is. I'm gonna get some water on there. And then I'm just gonna take my whole piece and just tap, 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 right? Look at that, tap. And now look, I have this whole, all this leftover ink. So I want to dry this. And smush, 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 smush. I know, Nanette, but you know what? Here's the thing. We can do all the things. We can do all the things, right? We can, we will never run out of projects. That's for sure. Okay, now I want to see how this is all kind of beaded up. I like that, like just the, see that? Stop. I like when it has those, just those little polka dots of color. So I'm going to do that, that, that. And then I'm going to dry again. Remember, the key is drying in between each layer. You get lots of visual interest when you do that. I just wanted it to be really organic and fun. I mean, I will paint it traditionally at another time. But yesterday I was just like, I just want to do something really quite freeing and see even more. Oh, I'm loving it. Right? And something that I couldn't really control. Do you know what I mean? Exactly, Nanette. I don't, you know what? I know people say that lots of people say they're bored. I'm never bored. You're right. I am never bored. Because I always have something. And don't you always have something that you're kind of dreaming up? The next best thing, right? Okay. So now let's do the oxide on top of that. So let's do the same. Smush and then wet it, spray it, and then just tap it in, right? And then, you know the drill, then we're gonna dry it. And I just like to use the end of a paintbrush or a pen or something to kind of hold my piece down onto my craft mat when I'm drying it so it doesn't blow all over. And this is so scrumptious, I can't even tell you, with all of the splitches and splotches of color. That is making me so happy. Okay. Now let's do the same thing again. Dip, 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 dip. Right? I just want more and more and more. Hi, Debbie Jones. Speckles. I'm going to dry. This is the key. I'm telling you, drying in between. Good morning, Jan Golden. How are you today? How's that foot of yours? Sure been thinking about you. Okay. And now, so Jan, we are doing, I did splotchy, the smush technique. I did it first with the Lumberjack Plaid Distress ink, and now I'm just finishing up doing the Lumberjack Plaid in Distress Oxide. And now, and I dried in between every single layer. Now I'm going to take a drink. And now I'm going to do some speckles with water and just let that. Oh, well, of course you did, because it was the holiday and you had people there, and I know. And you never want to be like the one who's having to sit out. Ugh. It's the worst. It's the worst. So we're going to let this water kind of soak in. So let's talk about... Hi, Trina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am painting on my brand new art printable that was released at midnight last night. And it is called Sweet Christmas Wishes. It has poinsettia, a big candy cane, a retro ornament, and... a little poinsettia and lots and lots of Christmassy sentiments. Okay, so now I'm gonna start dapping off and see what happens. Oh, you guys, look at it. Stop it right this minute. I am mad for this. Look at that. And there are poinsettias that kind of look like this. It's kind of crazy. So these two are still a little bit solid, so I think I'm going to do it again. And let that soak for a little minute and see where I'm going. And then, let's see. Well, and then. We have all kinds of things that we can do with this. So is anyone doing any kind of shopping today? Any Black Friday shopping? Are you going someplace and shopping, or are you doing everything online? I didn't really have a plan this year. I was kind of, I don't know, Nothing was worth me going out. We kind of slept in a little bit this morning, and it was glorious. Okay. Oh, look at that. That is what I'm talking about. Look at that. I'm loving it so much. Good morning, Tam. Okay, now I'm going to dry this layer. I'm going to flip it so it kind of flattens itself back out. Isn't that the funniest thing, like a shrinky-dink? Okay. I'm going to kind of roll that a little bit, break those fibers. Okay, now I'm going to, oh my gosh, thanks, Tam. I'm going to take some water on my brush. This is the craziest thing. I wanted something really funky and organic. So I'm just dipping my brush and just kind of flicking some little speckles. All over my poinsettia. And now, are you ready for it? I'm going to take that embossing powder in the same color, and I'm just going to sprinkle it all over the entire poinsettia, right? And then I'll just shake it off and stop it right now. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it's making me so happy. And now, I'm going to heat it with my heat tool. Did you know that you could emboss with water? I did not know that because I wanted it speckly. And now I'm like, oh, I'm doing this on everything. I'm going to do this on every single thing. Because I love it because it's so artsy, you know, that's right up my alley. And because it's so organic, you can't really control it. I did find that the one that I did already, this one, I splatted like this. So this time I knew I wanted to splat with my paintbrush instead, because just these are pretty big splats. But look at how cool they are, right? And I just love the embossing process where, like, just all of a sudden, it happens. There it goes. It's happening. Like, all of a sudden, it gets shiny. I know, Jan, I'm telling you, the possibilities are endless. I love learning new things, too. Me too, Tam. Because don't you feel like if you teach a card maker a new trick, they're going to run with that. They're going to take that and do a million applications with that. Okay, I think I got them all. I think. Okay, so stop it, you guys. Look at that. Can you see the... Oh my gosh. Right, so I'm going to let this cool for a sec, because now I have more. So Keels, well, you can watch the whole thing, but I just showed how you can emboss with water. Stop it. So cool. Okay, and now I'm going to take my yellow Posca pen and fill in the centers of these little berry delios in the center of the flower. doesn't that like automatically bring like this new, what do I want to say? Brings it back to the center, like it just brings focus to the center. Love that. On this one, I did some little bit of white gel pen on top of the Posca pen in the very center, as you can see. And then I fussy cut it and I put it down on a piece of black cardstock and I liked it, but I was like, I think it would be better with some splatter. So I splattered some white with my Dr. P.H. Martin's, and then I popped it. There's some foam tape behind it, as you can see. And then I put Sweet Christmas Wishes because that's the name of the new printable. Anywho, that is that. I hope you have lots of fun playing with that. It's so fun. It's so, so fun. So now I'm going to, I was thinking about the candy cane and the ornament. So I'm going to have lots of time this morning. So I'm going to okay. I want to paint the candy cane, but I think I'm going to paint it with Distress ink as watercolor because I kind of want everything to kind of sort of coordinate. So I'm going to spray that a little bit. And then look at that. It's so pretty. The color is so pretty. It's so Christmassy. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning, Michelle. How are you? Okay, so now I'm going to come in and just paint. So when I drew this, I drew these little reflective strips to give some form, you know. There we go. Just going to take my time. Thank you, Renee. I really like it too. It's so Christmassy. You'll see on my website 2 samples of from my team, and you should see more samples from the rest of my team as time goes on. But the 2 samples you'll see, one is by Kina and one is by Right Brain Art. And I will tell you, it is always fascinating to me to see each person's rendition or version of what they create with the artwork. Do you know what I mean? Because you'll see 2 cards that are so unbelievably different, but equally beautiful. I'm kind of digging that. And I'm feeling like this one is going to be red. I just love it. I just love it, Renee. Seriously, everybody does such amazing work. So, because these holly berries are lying right on top of this, the red stripes in the candy cane, I'm going to do those with a different red. I'm thinking I want to do candy apple red maybe. That'll be a nice bright red. So I'm going to let, oops, sorry about that. I'm going to let this dry. So I'm going to set this aside. And now I still have all of this ink, right? So I'm going to take another art journal. Ask Tam, I tell her all the time, don't waste color. I'm just going to pick a page that doesn't have anything on it. Add a little bit more water and do some smushing of that color. Onto this page. Move it around. Yep. I'm loving that. I'm loving it. Because who knows what's going to become of this, right? So I'm going to set that aside to dry. I always have 90 things going here. So while we're waiting for everything to dry, let's do a page in the comfort book. How's that sound? Okay. Truth and Courage. And Karl Heinrich Ulrichs. Be yourself is perhaps the most common life advice on the planet, yet it is not always easy or even possible to follow. Imagine your own gender identity or sexual orientation being met with stigma and criminalization. Imagine, for instance, being a teenage boy in Germany in the 1830s and realizing, without a doubt, that you were attracted solely to males. Maybe you would try to hide or suppress it or deny it. It is unlikely you would tell your family, and indeed, Karl Heinrich Ulrich waited until 1862, when he was in his late 30s, before telling his parents he was an yearning, a term he himself coined, derived from Plato's Symposium, and attracted to men. Once he had taken that step, he took another bigger step. He began to write about the need for sexual reform. At first he did it anonymously, but soon he did so under his own name. His writings advocating for scientific understanding of homosexuality continually brought him trouble with the law, and yet he kept writing. He stood in front of the Congress of German jurists in Munich and demanded the repeal of anti-homosexual laws, even as he was shouted down. Now recognized as a groundbreaking figure in the history of gay rights, Ulrich had no easy life. His message and campaigning, and even his very identity, were met with fiery opposition. His books were banned and confiscated by police in Saxony and Berlin and throughout Prussia. Yet his spirit remained unwavering, and not confined to the subject of gay rights either. He was once imprisoned for opposing Prussian rule after the annexation of Hanover. Later his health faltered, so he moved south to Italy, where it improved and where he kept writing and publishing his work at his own expense. His legacy today is immense. Professor Robert Beachy has referred to him as the first person to publicly come out. There are streets named after him across Germany. The International Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, and Intersex Law Association now has an award in his name. Through the personal cost of Ulrich, I don't know if it's Ulrich's, there's an S on the end. I don't know. Sorry, it keeps throwing me. Was huge, though the personal cost, sorry about that, for Ulrich was huge. It is clear he had no regrets about being himself. He didn't need to wait for the vindication of the future to realize he had done the right thing in standing up for people marginalized and punished for just being themselves. Until my dying day, he wrote, nearing the end of his life, I will look back with pride that I found the courage to come face to face in battle against the specter that for time immemorial, you know what I'm trying to say, you guys, has been injecting poison into me and into men of my nature. Many have been driven to suicide because of all their happiness in life was tainted. Indeed, I am proud that I found the courage to deal the initial blow to the hydra of public contempt. It is important to remember that while in our century there remain people ready to stigmatize and criminalize identities and beliefs they don't understand, there are also people like Ulrich who are ready to stand up and be themselves at whatever personal cost. And that is a deep inspiration, indeed a deep comfort to everyone who has felt stigmatized or marginalized or like their truth is at odds with their time. That's kind of a heavy one for this morning, and I fumbled over those names. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So I'm going to take a drink, and I want to it was good. It was just heavy, and so I need to percolate on that one for a bit. Okay, so now, while we're waiting for all these other bits and pieces to dry, I'm thinking I want to color this ornament. And I've been thinking about, I loved it too. It's just, I don't know if I didn't have enough water this morning or what, but I was fumbling over my words. Okay, so I'm feeling like I want to do this a little bit non-traditional colors. So I'm feeling like, what if I do the aquas, right? I have light aqua, aquamarine, and cobalt turquoise. I love those colors together. So what if I need to sharpen though, because my spaces are small. Excuse me. And so I need to make sure that my pencils are sharpened. That's one thing we learn when we're playing with colored pencils, is that if you have precision things to color, you want a pointier end. If you're doing blending, you want a rounder end. So for right now, I want to do some precision bits and pieces. And then maybe I'll come in and do some blending in a little bit. So let's start. I'm going to color this, and I like to do that circle-y application of color, right? And I will say I love Prismacolors because they have that beautiful waxy finish. So it makes really smooth application of color. But remember, it doesn't matter what colored pencils you have, what watercolors you have, do you know what I'm saying? You just color with what you have. Oh, Tammy, that's so funny. Oh, I had my, so, you know, this is a pitiful situation that I'm going to admit out loud. So I've had this pencil sharpener for years, like probably 10, 15 years. And here's the lameness of my life. I can certainly afford to buy a new pencil sharpener, but I don't. I don't know why. I swear. This thing is, do you see the cracks? So this doesn't fit in tightly anymore, but I will keep trying to hold it together to sharpen my pencil. Isn't that the dumbest thing? Honestly. Let's come over here because I just want lots of contrast, right? So I have colors that really blend together. Oh, yay. Oh, Vicky, I'm so glad that worked. Yeah, no steam. You're right. Oh, I'm so glad it didn't smear. Yay. Okay, so now I'm feeling like, what if I come in with that little bit deeper shade? But just, hey, Lisa, just at the very bitty sides. And then we'll come back with that lightest, remember? I'm going to do that circly blend. And look at that. That's already starting to take shape and look at that. I'm loving it so much. Okay. So now, I'm thinking, because I'm thinking about, should I come back in with a contrasting color for these little bits, or shall I do it, the whole ornament in these three colors? If I do that, I'm not going to have big contrast, and you know I love a big contrast. So I'm hemming and hawing about that. So while I hem and haw, I will take a drink of water, and I will just keep coloring maybe some big areas and see where we go. So I'm coming in with the darker cobalt turquoise. And this one I'm getting lots of, because I'm just coloring in a traditional way. I'm not doing my circly blend. Look at the difference. If you do this circly blend, you're going to get such, there we go. More complete coverage. That's so interesting. My friend Debbie had to wear a neck brace for kind of a long time after a surgery, and she said the same thing. She said, like, you just kind of have to learn like a whole new way of doing kind of everything. And my mother-in-law is having that with her hip after her hip surgery. She didn't have a replacement. She had a plate and 2 pins put in, but she's having to maneuver everything with a walker. And I think a walker and all of the rules of all of the physical therapist and the occupational therapist and all of that jazz, It's a whole new way of doing things, Like every single thing is new. Like they were talking about when she was first walking with that new walker, they were talking about her stride and how she needed to lengthen her stride. And I told Jeff, isn't that making you like really self-conscious about your own stride? Like, I wonder if I come back with this color on top and see what happens. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. Anyway, I said, it's got to be kind of weird that, when people are like, well, you need to isolate this muscle and that muscle and do it this way. And, I was like, she's 90. She's been doing things one way for 90 years. So we all need to be a little patient with her. I'm kind of digging this. So let's pick the lighter one here. I like those contrast. So I'm doing that. And you can do this with whatever 3 colors you want. It could be lavenders or reds or yellows, whatever, whatever you're kind of feeling. I'm going to come back in with that circle blend. That's making me happy. I think the thing that I was just pondering as I'm coloring away here about that passage that we just read was it is hard to be yourself sometimes, and it doesn't have to be something as grand as what he did, right? Sometimes it's I have always been a different thinker. And I remember I had this boss once who told me, just a second, I'll take a drink. And you're the unusual one. So you can't expect people to think the way you do because you see the world differently. You just need to be okay with knowing that they won't agree with you. So that really made me think, like it really made me think about if I felt strongly about something or another, and if I shared it with others. And I think some of it is the older you get, the more you're, I can't hide myself. I just am who I am, I think so too, Tam. I think so too. I think that, and when you're a mother, you just have to be strong for your kid. I mean, didn't you do all kinds of things that weren't like big political statements or anything, but didn't you do things for your kids that you're like, I would never do this normally, but you do because it's your child and your child wants you to do whatever that thing is. Let's see, I did this light one here, and so now I'm thinking, what color shall I do here? Shall I do the medium one here? Maybe. There's just something so peaceful about coloring, isn't there? Hi, Kath. How are you this morning? Hey, did anybody watch the Spirited movie? The new, sorry, the new take on A Christmas Carol with Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. Has anybody else watched it? Yes, absolutely, Tam. Absolutely. So I'm just going to color this in the traditional way, and then I'm going to come. Yeah, I want to too, but I was hoping somebody would watch it before me and tell me if it is. I think it's at theaters and on Apple TV. If it's so confusing, isn't it? Where things are and how they're, like some things they say only in theaters, but then other things are only streaming, or sometimes they're both. I don't know. It looks good. I'm always looking for a new holiday something, but it is confusing. Okay, I'm going over it with the lighter. See what happens there. Kind of digging that. Oh, I was watching the night game last night, football game, and they did a lovely tribute to John Madden, and that this was the first Thanksgiving without him. And remember, he's the one who started the whole turducken, and he had all those, there were certain players that got chosen to have turkey legs at the end of the game from the winning team. It was so funny because there was so there were these three guys, that were the ones that were chosen, and I can't, their names escape me. I know one was Cousins, but I don't remember the other two players right off the top of my head. But anyway, one started eating it like before they even started asking questions and stuff. And then another one was like, I can't eat it because I still have my grill in my mouth. That made me laugh. So he was just holding it, and he couldn't wait to get home that night to have his Thanksgiving dinner, which is always kind of interesting, that those guys, I mean, they sure can't eat Thanksgiving dinner before they play ball. But he was from Louisiana, and they have seafood dressing. I thought that was kind of interesting. Anyway, and then another one was like, this is so dry. This piece of turkey leg was so dry. Ah, that's the beauty of live TV. I thought that was funny. Okay, now I'm going to come back in. It was so beautiful, wasn't it, Jan? It was so beautiful, and it was that his son was narrating it, and they showed that they showed a videoed piece where he was teaching his grandson how to make a turducken last year. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. And if you are a football fan, you know how big that was. It was lovely. It was just lovely. Oh, this one's turning out really pretty. You know what? I'm kind of feeling like, I wonder if I should just leave them white. You know? Because that's such a nice, that's such a nice, contrast. Because originally I was thinking about some oranges, but now I'm like, ooh. I know, I'm kind of feeling like the white too, Kath. This. Oh, so pretty. I know. I'm really feeling it too, Tam. Let's do these. Did anybody watch the parade? It was so good. I just love the parade. Oh, Jan, that's awesome. I know, and a Tuesday's a perfect day to go to the movies. I'm really liking them too, Vicky. Like the colors are really different, and okay, I'm sharpening this because I'm feeling like I want to do these dots. Right? Look at that. I'm digging that. Yeah, I'm digging that. But now I'm thinking, let's do dark at the base of these scalloped pieces here. Now let's blend that in a little bit. Oh, so pretty. Oh, that's so cute, Tam. I love that. I know the dinosaur balloons were so, but you know what? There were so many, I loved the, Pitch Perfect, float. Didn't they, their halftime shows were amazing, weren't they? They were amazing. Oh, did you have, oh, blue vintage ornaments? Ooh, pretty. Okay, so now down here, what do you think? So shall I leave this white, the base, or shall I come in dark? It's going to change the whole vibe, so let me know your thoughts. I'm feeling like I might... Oh, I record it because I watch it over and over throughout the weekend. I love the parade. It just makes me so happy. And did anybody listen to Arlo Guthrie yesterday at noon? A long time ago, my brother-in-law told me about how at noon on Thanksgiving Day, radio stations play Arlo Guthrie's Alice's Restaurant Massacre. And now it is a tradition, and I continued that tradition every year. And I just, oh my gosh, I love it so much. There we go. So I just want to get some of the first color down, and then let's come in and darken that. And I think I want to darken like back here and there. Back, forth, back, forth. And then down here. I know I'm kind of loving it too, Tam. Anyway, if you get a chance, put that on your to-do list for next year's Thanksgiving, if you don't already do it. It's just a nice tradition. And I love Arlo Guthrie's voice. I watched it, and you know, he's Woody Guthrie's son, and I watched a whole documentary about them, about his dad and how he was kind of an activist too. Not kind of, he really was an activist. But that, you know, he didn't have a lot of his dad because his dad was, you know, traveling and singing so much, which is kind of an interesting thing to learn. Coming in with the darkest, just deepening up. Oh, stop it, you guys. When I drew it, I wanted something fun to color, and I'm just going to tell you, I 100% this was fun. Think this was fun to color. It makes me so happy. I hope everybody had an amazing time. I can't believe 1 hour is up already. So look what we've done in 1 hour. We did this layers and layers and layers of artsy goodness. So I can't wait to make a card, or maybe I'll paint a whole bunch of them and make that banner that I was talking about. It would be so pretty across my my mantle. But then I'm looking at these and I'm like, oh, I can make a bunch of these and hang them on my Christmas tree. That would be pretty. So I want to get some bright green for my holly leaves. And then I'm thinking I want to do, like I said, a different red for my holly berries. But, oh my gosh. I hope you have as much fun with this art printable as me. Remember, there will be another pop-in paint party tomorrow when I introduce my washi tape. I'm going to show you some fun ways to use it, and but it will go on sale early tomorrow morning. So be sure to check the website and you know, because there are very limited supply and very limited, I'm doing like one and done. Like I'm doing this set and then that's it. I'm not going to reprint this one. We're going to move on to something else after this. So, if you like it and you want it, you need to, get on there lickety split. So I'm thinking, I will set the release time for 6 a.m. Arizona time. 6 a.m. Arizona time. So be sure to make a note of that. 6 a.m. Arizona time, and come in tomorrow and meet me back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. to learn some fun ways to play with this new washi tape. I'm telling you, I'm having such a blast with it. And then I'll create some new ones. If everybody loves these, then we'll create something new. And just know we're going to be using this in all kinds of projects, in all kinds of ways. So I will see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. right back here, 6 a.m. Arizona time. But our pop and paint party is 9 a.m. Arizona time, just like always. I will try to never change pop and paint party times. Now I feel like I'm on a big old roll. I can't wait to do more. I adore you all. If you're just tuning in now, if you are brand new here, please like, follow, and subscribe to Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And then be sure to watch you can watch this video on replay and learn all these fun techniques that we played with today. And remember, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Talk to you all soon. I appreciate you more than my words can convey. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye.